Have you ever met someone who seems completely unfazed by anything? You praise them, they barely react. You criticize them, and it's like water off a duck's back. It's easy to label these people as cold, numb, or even robotic. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if what we call emotionless is actually a form of emotional mastery? Let's dive into this, because it's a concept that could completely change how you see strength and resilience. First, let's clear up a huge misconception. Being emotionally detached isn't about not feeling anything. It's not a state of numbness where joy and pain disappear. Instead, think of it as achieving a state of emotional neutrality. Imagine your emotions are like a pendulum. A compliment sends it soaring into happiness. An insult sends it crashing down into despair. Our self-worth is often tied to this swinging pendulum, making us vulnerable to the opinions and actions of others. But for the person who has mastered emotional neutrality, that pendulum barely moves. It stays centered. This doesn't mean they do unfeel the push of a compliment or the pull of a criticism. They do. They feel everything. The crucial difference is that they don't attach their sense of self to those external forces. Praise feels the same as criticism because neither defines who they are. Their worth isn't up for debate, and it certainly isn't determined by someone else's approval or disapproval. When you stop seeking external validation, approval from others loses its power. It becomes just noise, not a verdict on your value. This is precisely why these individuals are so difficult to manipulate. Think about it. How do manipulators gain control? They exploit your emotional reactions. They use flattery to get you on their side, or use insults to make you feel small and insecure, desperate for their approval. They play on your fears, your desires, your need to be liked. But what happens when none of that works? What happens when their praise is met with a calm thank you, and their criticism is met with a simple IL? Consider that. The manipulator is left with no emotional levers to pull. Their entire toolkit becomes useless. The emotionally neutral person isn't playing their game. In fact, they're not even on the same field. This state of being is a superpower in a world that constantly tries to provoke a reaction from you. Social media algorithms, news, headlines, marketing campaigns, they are all designed to make you feel something intensely, to make you react. Anger, outrage, desire, FOMO. These emotions drive clicks, shares, and sales. By cultivating emotional neutrality, you reclaim your focus and your energy. You decide what's worth your emotional investment, rather than letting the world dictate it for you. So, how does one get there? It's not about suppressing your feelings. That's a recipe for disaster. suppressed emotions always find a way to come out, often in unhealthy ways. Instead, it's about observing your emotions without judgment. It's about feeling anger, sadness, or joy rise within you, acknowledging it. It's a practice like meditation or physical exercise. It requires you to sit with discomfort and to consciously uncouple your identity from your feelings. You are not your anger. You are not your sadness. You are the one experiencing these things. This brings us to a final, vital point. People who appear emotionless often feel things more deeply than we can imagine. The difference is they refuse to suffer publicly. They process their pain, their grief, and their struggles in private. They don't perform their emotions for an audience. Their stoic exterior is a shield, not a void. It protects their inner world, allowing them to handle their battles without being defined by them in the public eye. They understand that vulnerability is a choice, and they choose who gets to see that side of them. This isn't about building walls to keep people out. It's about building a strong inner foundation so that the winds of the external world can't knock you down. It's about finding a quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from within, not from the applause or criticism of others. It's a profound form of self-respect. So, the next time you encounter someone who seems emotionless, take a closer look. You might not be looking at an empty vessel. You might be looking at someone who has mastered the art of emotional freedom. Thanks for watching. If this idea resonated with you, give this video a like and subscribe for more content on building inner strength. See you in the next one.